And that is 1 point closer to the 92-point threshold. Looking to keep that pressure going on towards the outside.
Welcome.
As BTR gets stuck into another scrap on the south.
Hello guys, welcome to another live stream. क्या हाल चाल है?
Nice and early on the game. Zypher does get spotted and flushed away though.
I know. I am late for the watch party. Match already start हो चुका है. But I'm trying my best to be available.
Losing a player there is rough, but another.
We are going to do watch party of PMGO, PUBG Mobile Global Open, guys. PUBG Mobile Global Open Day 2 Grand Finals. वर्ल्ड की बेस्ट टीमें खेल रही हैं, मजा आएगा भाई देखने में. डे 2 है, डे 1 में था नहीं अवेलेबल, पर डे 2 है. साथ में हम करने वाले हैं PUBG PC, PUBG ग्लोबल सीरीज की वॉच पार्टी. वहाँ भी बेस्ट टीमें खेल रही हैं उधर. ये ग्लोबल्स टूर्नामेंट होते हैं जो मिड ईयर चलते हैं, लाइक ऑफिशियल ग्लोबल चैंपियनशिप नहीं, ग्लोबल टूर्नामेंट्स. तो बिना किसी देरी के मूव ऑन करते हैं उधर. उधर तो पॉइंट्स टेबल है, इसको कर देते हैं इधर. ओ BTR वर्सेस सेवन 21 के क्या नाम है, मेस्को. गाइस गिव मी सम 2 सेकंड जस्ट. आ जाओ गाइस. फोर्थ राइव्स वर्सेस होरा बहुत वन ऑफ द फेमस टीम्स. मैं व्हाट्सएप क्लोज कर देता हूँ. मैं चैट रिवील नहीं कर सकता मेरी कोई भी. आई एम सॉरी. डॉग किस में? ऑरा में. ऑरा है, ऑरोरा. डाउन. डॉग डाउन. गाइस डॉग वन ऑफ माय फेवरेट प्लेयर इज डाउन. डॉग तो उसमें था ना एपीजी में, अल्फा गेमिंग में. चेंज हो गया क्या रोस्टर? यार नहीं पता यार, मैं काफी टाइम से मिस कर रहा हूँ यार चीजें, बट कोई नहीं, चलेगा. सूर्या के हाई गॉड्स को नॉक किया है. 40 के जिया फैन है और वो किल कंफर्म करने के लिए जा रहे हैं. आई थिंक 40 बहुत अच्छा कर रही है इस मैच में. लाइक कल मेरे को स्नैक्स की स्ट्रीम से पता चला कि 40 ने बहुत ही तगड़ा खेला है, ऑन द टॉप चल रही है. और गाइस देख ही सकते हो कि 86 पॉइंट्स हैं 40 के. लाइक डैम मैन. हगा आई है नो फियर. आई है नो फियर. भाई इतनी जल्दी फाइट क्यों होती है? बूम में संजू है अपना. भाई टीटी इतनी नीचे कैसे है भाई? पिछली बार जब मैंने फाइनल से कहा था टीटी ने तो गाफ ही फाड़ दी थी। स्मैश पॉइंट्स में पहुंचने वाली है भाई। मरा, इसका ही मरा, हो रहा बाहर। ये अरीना वर्सेस एफएल 1-1 और कवर फायर है क्या? आई थिंक भाई एफएल का अच्छा गेम, 8 किल कर दिया एफएल ने। पूरी टीम रिकॉल कर दी भाई मॉर्मन ने। ओ माय गुडनेस भाई, क्या ही जोन कटा है, क्या ही जोन कटा है भाई। गंदी रोटेशन आने वाली है। आई थिंक रिकॉल भी बंद हो जाएगा स्टेज 4 के बाद। और न्यूड की बढ़ S2G पे भाई खत्म, कामा से तो गया। अबे तीर कमान, कामा से तीर कमान यहां से। हेमास हेमसिक हेमसिक S2G। ओ भाई 6 न्यूड कर दी थी देर में। ओके GSTR भाई सारी नई टीमें दिख रही है मेरे को तो। रोलेक्स, पेयरटिली, गेम स्टार्ट वर्सेस पैंडम। फिर क्या भाई? और ओ भाई क्रेजी क्रेजी सुपरन भाई क्रेजी। गोट वर्सेस फोकस। ओ सुपरन, व्हाट द फक बॉय, 1v4 और 1v3 भाई साहब जुबरन। ब्रो इंटरनेशनल क्रेजी भाई बंदे का रिफ्लेक्स देख भाई, क्रेजी रिफ्लेक्सेस भाई। और 40 वर्सेस फुरिया, 40 वर्सेस फुरिया नहीं, रोटेशन दे रहे हैं, उतार दिया जाएगा। अगेन फ्यूरिया का बंदा ही डाउन हुआ और 2 डाउन हो गए फ्यूरिया के फुट रेफ्स के। दे नीड टू बी डाउन अगर टूर्नामेंट फेयर रखना है तो। एक और डाउन, 7 किल्स भाई, 2 ऑफ द क्लोजेस्ट कमेंटेटर आउट। EA versus BTR. Begatron and Aliens, one of the famous teams. Axel last one remaining. Oh, nice one, EA. Ternike, one of the finest player. But 40 is still alive, guys. 40 is still alive. Oh, नहीं. Road to EWC, guys. Road to EWC चल रहा है. Oh. IQ down. But trade आ गया. LQ down. 8 kills. भाई 2 पॉइंट चाहिए, उनका तो हो जाएगा स्मैश पॉइंट. भाई 4th रेफ्स अच्छा खेल रही है ब्रो. छोड़ गया. ओके, ये अरीना आई, पिट गई. मलिक डाउन. अगेन वन मोर किल फॉर 4th रेफ्स आई थिंक. और भाई ओ भाई साहब, ओ भाई सर्कल भी बन गया भाई 4th रेफ्स पे. लो, आई थिंक 4th रेफ्स क्वालीफाई नीड. ओ भाई S21 खत्म. यूसुफ ने डाउन किया मैस्कू को. फलक का नेड. ओ नाइस नेड फलक. ये नेड कंफर्म कर देगा. आई थिंक दिस विल कंफर्म. ओ नो, रहमान. फलक वर्सेस रहमान. रिहान सॉरी भाई, आई डोंट नो द नेम्स. बहुत दिन बाद देख रहा हूँ मैं इंटरनेशनल भी. रेहान. ओके, रश करे. फलक इज पुशिंग इन. ओ रेहान पे 2 नीड और डाउन. और यहाँ पे S2 मतलब बाहर. औरोरा गेमिंग टॉप डॉग की टीम. रीफस और जियोल. अल्फा गेमिंग जो बहुत ही फेमस स्क्वाड रही है पबजी मोबाइल की हिस्ट्री में, मेरी फेवरेट. अब औरोरा गेमिंग के नाम से खेल रही है. बट दे आर नॉट अप टू व्हाट आई बिलीव. क्या, बट मैं अभी भी चाहता हूँ औरोरा गेमिंग कभी भी कन्फेक्ट कर सकते हैं भाई ये बंदे. इनको कम मत ला के ना भाई टॉप डॉग को भाई. इन जैसा भाई मैंने नहीं देखा भाई. डॉग तो जो सुअर बनाता है ना भाई, माँ कसम. उल्फ है अच्छी टीम. औरोरा गेमिंग अच्छी टीम है. 40 अच्छी है, काफी टाइम से तो अच्छा कर रही है. और नीचे टीटी और S2G भाई, ये सारी टीम अच्छी हैं. और भैया हवा में उतारा क्या. बूम के संजू बाबा. 4 thrives. हाँ भाई देखो यार, सी कमेंटेटर्स बोल रहे हैं, सब बोल रहे हैं भाई एक टीम जीत जाएगी तो फिर क्या ही फायदा लड़ने का, इस टीम को तो रोकना ही पड़ेगा। भाई 2-3 बंदे अपने उससे एनएक्सटी से लाइव हैं, उनको देखने चलेंगे हम थोड़ी देर में। तब तक ये मैच देखते हैं। इट्स बूम मैच टू लूज। भाई बूम के पास सबसे अच्छी पोजीशन है। सैंडविच करने को बूम को पुश आएगा तो बूम, जो भी बूम को मारने आएगा उनको पड़ेगी, सिंपल इज दैट। और टीटी ने पूरा फेल रखा है भाई। टीटी के ये बंदे नहीं थे यार, मेरे को याद है भाई, टीटी मैंने लास्ट टाइम देखी थी पीएमजीसी में। नो दीज वर नॉट टीटी।
You do get past match point, remember, you do have to then subsequently get a chicken dinner to get that smash victory, right? And that isn't as simple as just doing it. You have to take those spots, you have to take those knocks, take those fights. So points still very much could come into play here for 4 Thrives. They would love to put more distance between them and Fury. As it sits, they're at least 42 points ahead. So they're making the push. Tasty. A big push, not coming through.
Okay, 40 versus GSTR. Aiku off angle बनाया है और अपने रेड से डैमेज। मैनिएक versus Aiku. Yusuf down.
IQ looks for more but has to fade back away. The rest of his team now to pick up.
Again GTR 2 down. GTR 3 down. Last man standing. GSTR out 40 again. A very good play.
Highlight on the kill. Speed comes through.
Bro, they are not stopping here.
This is just so good.
Hello Anuj, welcome to the stream.
An unbelievable performance from them from yesterday coming into today. Noki said,
Damn,
we're not going to change anything. We're just going to keep going. We don't want to
match point वाली
stagnate.
lobby में।
We want to stay on fire on
उधर
these
Aurora
matches,
बाहर
and they
होगी।
certainly have here. There is a bonfire lit beneath the feet of the Pakistani squad. So cool to see here from 4 Thrives. And no one else even takes a look in. Technically, their rotation in is not that terrible.
I mean, if you're Boom, I don't think you really need to be stepping out here. They are just holding down their compound. They've profited so much off this. 10 eliminations.
The thing is here, with the speed at which they're differentiating themselves from every single squad in the lobby, I think at this point in time,
Okay,
the only
versus
way
40,
another
bro,
team
क्या
wins
ही
this
खेल
by
रहे
the
हैं?
end of match 6, if we
Full
get
versus
there,
40.
is
Nice
by
nades.
smash.
But dodge level.
They're going to have such a lead.
Okay, पीछे से फलक down.
Knock comes through. Octa
T2
finally
4 down.
jumping in. A second will be found. More knocks raining down the hill.
Ulf is
Malak
Scarface
T24
rushing.
could potentially be going down here, but the Rez is going to come through as fast as they
Rez,
can.
Rez,
Make
भाई,
them
Rez
back
front
up.
rail.
Bulls have not been
Molly
able to move
थोड़ी
all
सी
the way
पीछे नहीं
forward.
लगी।
IQ will keep it
Oh,
together.
nice
with the
nade, ये
Rez.
nade कर सकता है।
First down.
Nice nade,
Huge
Octa.
nade from up on high. Boom,
Octa
blast
come
away
dude.
the tournament
Finally,
leaders.
finally,
All
IQ
for
last
that.
man standing.
Oh,
what the fuck,
comes
Octa?
in. What on earth was that? What on earth from IQ? He's able to blast
IQ,
the back.
why
He
you
says, no,
can't
you're
get
not
him?
stepping to us today.
Oh, perfect nade.
IQ taking the nade
What the
genius
fuck is
test,
happening, boy?
and he comes out on top with a double there onside. Fantastic work from him playing as a backstop.
40 की लगाई
16
Boom ने
points. Like I said,
और
the
40 ने लगा दी
only way
Ulf की
4
और फिर
Thrives lose this tournament is to
confused. I'm really
smash.
confused भाई। 40 ने रश किया उल्फ पर, उल्फ का रश आया, ऊपर से कर आया बूम का, बूम ने डाउन किया 40 के 3 बंदे, रश आया उल्फ का, उल्फ को डाउन कर दिया 40 के आईकू ने, फिर आईकू को डाउन कर दिया बूम ने। क्रेजी भाई, क्रेजी। दिस इज
end of this match, you're absolutely right.
peak
They
of
have is double their
peak
points.
भाई। स्कोर तो इतनी ये हो गई
Exactly double the second
भाई।
place
The question
team's
is,
points.
how solid is that 92?
पहला
bro?
मैच crazy bro 40 मैच
The real question, I
clear
mean,
कर चुकी है
again,
टीम
this is
अच्छा
the
खेल
thing
रही है
though,
भाई इसकी
Rondo
तारीफ करो
was
बहुत
that
अच्छा खेल
map
रही है
to get the
16
30 points.
kills
It's
भाई
not
मैच
as
पॉइंट वाले
available
के
on
अंदर
other maps. You
16
have to try
kills
so much harder.
आई एम नॉट
put in
सपोर्टिंग
so
एनी
much
नेशन आई एम
extra work
सपोर्टिंग द
because the res
टीम ब्रो मैं
beacons aren't
किसी
there.
नेशन के बारे में भाई वो टीम कितना अच्छा खेल
And with
रही है
fourth
इस
rise
लॉबी
being
में
so far ahead, it's the mental
एटलीस्ट मेरे
game
हिसाब
now.
से 60 पॉइंट्स
These
अब हैं
guys,
सेकंड नंबर
they
की टीम
are
से
having a leisurely day out here at PMGO.
60
There's
पॉइंट्स
no
एक दिन में 60
pressure
पॉइंट
whatsoever.
टीम
They know that even if they just get to match 6 and perform
और
kind
भाई
of
नीड है
well, they still
भाई
win.
हैमस्ट्रिंग नीड है भाई
Boom take a knock from S2G. Blank, I think this is probably the most dominant points gap we've seen since 2019
अरे
in Malaysia
भाई
with BTR, who I think like 100 points. Obviously, the point scoring system was
अरे
different back
भैया
then,
नीड क्या
but it's the
परफेक्ट नीड आ रहे हैं
most
S2G की तरफ से
crazily dominant points gap we've seen since 2019. And I would say it may be even crazier than that.
Big
Fourth
fourth
right to be
rise.
able to do it here.
Got something to prove. Boom though, similarly, trying to go for the same thing. The team yesterday, they didn't do horribly. But I don't think they performed up to expectation. Now
अच्छा कर रही है आज
looking
के
to
मैच में
push themselves further up those tables.
संजू
Through Rondo, Solke goes down, and honestly, this sort of was the winning position from the start of the match. Boom, took it in both their hands and have not let go since.
Trying to keep it together though with their 3 players now remaining. Another nade over the top. Solke is low.
Solke
and
down.
that's going to finish him off. Another
कहाँ पे हो रहा है PMGO अगर वहीं पे हो रहा है तो आई थिंक वो वहीं की टीम है तभी इतना वो हो रहा है
second place and be the closest competitor towards that smash boundary. So for Boom, there's a lot on the line here. S2G and TT Project sit in their way. But this is also a big game for TT Project, remember, because they're trying to jump up and get in towards that 11th place.
Did Boom raid the armory? How are they coming into these final fights with 12 nades total? Good damage, good shots
भाई
coming through from
ट्रेड
Neo.
पे ट्रेड आ रहे
Sanju
हैं
finally
ट्रेड पे
goes
ट्रेड
down,
सबका
his reign of
2v2
terror
थ्रू
is
बट
over,
TT
but the
4 मैन
nades
है
keep pouring
TT
through.
3 मैन है
The airburst
2v2
not
v3 है
quite finding the damage.
रिवाइव इज गोइंग ऑन
They've still got more to send, but Boom is down on
भाई
their
TT
knees.
उधर से रश नहीं कर पा रही क्योंकि
Getting the res now. They
Game
need to
नहीं
pick
यार
themselves
मेरा
back up. S2G still trying to put nades uphill, but it's not going to work. TT Project with 16 nades, but not quite in range of either team just yet. As
भाई
Boom
तू
look
गेम
to
प्ले
flex
देख
out,
यहाँ
get a little bit more of a foothold on the low ground,
मजा
and
आ जाता है भाई
rotate
देख
onto
के
the north side. But TT Project have read this. They're going to drop through as well, and S2G seem to be
भाई बूम ले
into the front
जाएगी
of this
S2G तो मेरे
rotational
साथ
pressure.
मरेगी अब
TT
S2G
Project,
पीछे फंस गई
the Vicious's lives lie in their hands, and right now they're looking to put
ऑक्टा
them
नो
down.
ऑक्टा
Good shots over towards Octa, try to create a forward position
Finish
for the
by
rest of the
him,
squad. El Beryl, as well as
Sig.
Sanju though. Two players you cannot scoff at here. Sanju
और
consistently
नीड
having good
संजू
nades, and there's another.
भाई कौन है ये संजू भाई इस प्लेयर का भाई मेरे को इंस्टा
Looking
चाहिए
for more
संजू
as
नाम है
well.
भाई इसका
Boom, if
बंदे
they
का
get to
लिटरली
second place here,
संजू
Blank,
भाई
they
बीच
will
रोड में
be able to
ले
jump up
अरे
into second place,
संजू भाई
but
पीछे
Lost
तो
is
देखो
still in the fight. And it's all down to the one player for
Khatam.
Boom, and he's taken a lot of
ये
damage.
need,
There's
this
more
need will
nades
done.
still
Oh
coming.
no, ये
This
तो
first
बहुत
aid needs to be big,
Oh.
and he's just about survived it. One more nade and one more smoke, maybe all it takes, but Boom have run the cupboard dry. No more nades in pocket. TT Project is starting to go low as well, though.
El Beryl.
आज गेमिंग
It's a
नहीं
1v3.
कर रहे
Not to
भाई
mention the two
करेंगे
players
ओ नीड
behind.
ओ
Move slightly forward,
Done.
but into the
Done.
purview of the nades. An
भाई
unfortunate
कितने नीड्स
step
करें
up
भाई यहाँ तो दो
coming
नीड
through
रखने
from
को बोल
Boom.
दो
They end their game on 14 eliminations in the third place. It's not
ओ भाई
terrible.
न्यूज़
S2G,
न्यूज़
it might be a little late to be stepping up now, guys.
The
न्यूज़
TT Project,
News.
this is their game to push up into
Hata.
11th place.
Last one
With
standing.
another nade over the top on towards Lost. It's just Hamdi now raining.
Done.
And he is
TT game.
caught taking a dirt nap. The shots to the back will shut it down. And for TT Project, this could be their EWC spot on this game.
It's on the cards for them now. But the biggest story of all, 4 thrives, doubling the point scoring from second place, getting into match point. Game 1, how short is this day going to be?
I mean, that was an impressive display coming through from Fourth Rise. They put themselves
आओ
in
guys
such a strong
आपको
position. They did everything they
मैं
needed to
दिखाता
do,
हूँ
but
अपने
now it's chicken dinners that really matter to them. That is the only thing that they should be
NXT के
aiming
बंदे
for. With
जो
the
लाइव हैं
stuff they have,
मैंने
they shouldn't be caring about
अभी
eliminations. It is
क्या
all
बोलते हैं
about getting to those final
NXT
circles in those strong positions. Sometimes eliminations will help you with that, sure.
गाइस आई हैव जॉइन NXT Esports एज अ कंटेंट क्रिएटर और मैं दिखाता हूँ अभी हमारे NXT के काफ़ी सारे बंदे लाइव हैं तो चलिए उनकी स्ट्रीम्स पे चलते हैं Let's go to those streams. Okay. Here is
आप हैरी से बात करो ना,
Alpha.
उसका दोस्त
दोस्त है।
ये तो हैरी सर। मैंने हैरी को इतना रिक्वेस्ट डाला तब जाके मेरा रिक्वेस्ट किया, पता है हैरी सर।
सच्ची में मेरे को नहीं हैरी इतना तो कोई नहीं, उनसे कोई बोले तो हेल्प करने के सबसे आगे रहता है, इसलिए तो हम अभी तक 4 साल से फ्रेंड है, क्योंकि हम एक दूसरे का साथ हमेशा देते हैं।
मैं हैरी को मतलब पता है, मैं उनके हर एक वीडियो पे
सब्सक्राइब
कमेंट
करते हैं।
करता था, हर एक वीडियो लाइक करके।
यस, सब्सक्राइब कर दिया
तो
भाई
मेरा
मैंने
हैरी
विषय
सर
भाई।
खिलाओ खिलाओ,
बढ़ जाओ ये
उन्होंने
पोल।
मेरा रिक्वेस्ट लिया एंड फिर मैं भी करने लगा। फिर मेरे को मतलब पहले ले नहीं रहे थे, मैंने मतलब मेरा इंडियन नेम एनएसपी डाल दिया, तो उनको लगा कि मैं उनका सीसी हूँ, तो
ऑडियो
उन्होंने मुझे
क्वालिटी
ले
अच्छी नहीं
लिया।
आ रही इतनी, मेरी में गंदी है।
मेरे को ज्यादा पता नहीं।
कौन है?
चलो जो चाहते तो वो आपका हो गया ना वैसा।
नहीं, लेकिन मैंने एनएक्सटी ज्वाइन नहीं की है अब तक। देखो चैट भी बोल रही है आईसीसी ऑफ एनएक्सटी, मुझे भी ज्वाइन करना है ना एनएक्सटी। तो ये हैरी सर का मतलब कुछ बॉन्डिंग रहेगा फाउंडर के साथ, तो कुछ बात करके मुझे भी ले ले।
वही मेरे को उसका तो पता नहीं, तो हैरी जानता है, जो हैरी के ग्रुप वाले
हैरी
जानते हैं।
हैरी लाइव
मैं तो
नहीं है क्या?
इतना
मैं
कर
पूछता
सकती
हूँ।
हूँ, यूट्यूब पे जब भी होगा साथ एक हेल्पर के तौर पे दूसरी आईडी से आ जाया करूंगी, जिससे बॉट वगैरह के किल रिकॉल जो भी हेल्प होगी करूंगी प्रॉपर। ये मैं जरूर कर सकती हूँ,
लेकिन
बाकी चीजों की मेरे को इतनी नॉलेज है नहीं।
नहीं मैं लेकिन मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, लाइक तो आपका हैरी दोस्त है ना, तो ये एक बार हैरी से बात कर लो। ये अल्फा भाई मतलब और ज्वाइन करना चाहते हैं, तो उनकी हेल्प करो और ज्वाइन करने में।
हैरी माइक काउंट करो ना, तो इनको क्यों नहीं ज्वाइन करवा रहे? कोई मैं कि उनका कोई सीन है क्या, कुछ ऐसा है क्या? ये गाड़ी और आगे, एक मिनट में हेल्प लगा दूँ।
क्वालिटी तो नहीं आ रही अल्फा की इतनी। देखते हैं गेम प्ले कैसा है। ओ नाइस। ओ बढ़िया है, रिकॉर्ड है ऊपर से बड़ी। हैरी जॉर्ड आ गई फॉर द सेव।
आ जाओ ऑन द वीडियो डालो।
हैरी जॉर्ड एनएक्सटी अल्फा इनके साथ
हाँ
खेलेंगे।
हाय चौधरी गेमिंग, वेलकम टू द चैट ब्रो, प्लीज सब्सक्राइब करो, लाइक करो। हाँ तो हम कहाँ थे? हाँ ठीक है, तो आप एक बार बात कर लो, क्योंकि
कुछ
क्या है,
कैसे खेलने के लिए
मैंने कहा तो मेरी कुछ
कुछ
कंसर्न है।
नहीं, बट यार बोल नहीं रहे तो क्या फायदा। अब मैं खेलूंगा तो अपने बंदों के साथ, भाई मुझे उन्हीं के साथ मजा आता है।
हैरी कुछ बोलो, तो वो कुछ बोल रहे हैं
वैसे मैंने भी
शायद,
अभी अभी
कुछ सीन है माइक का, बाद में आप बात कर लेना।
नहीं ना, मेरे पास नंबर वगैरह नहीं है,
ऐसा
आप
कुछ
नंबर दे दो ना उनका, मेरे पास नंबर नहीं है।
अरे नहीं हैरी ऐसा नहीं है, वो सबकी हेल्प करता है, ऐसा नहीं कि मेरे बोलने से करेगा। उल्टा आप तो मराठी, आपकी तो सबसे पहले ही करेगा, मेरी एक्शन में
ये
करे
क्या
ना
बात
करे।
है?
मैं तो कब से मांग रहा हूँ उसको, हेल्प तो नहीं कर रहे मतलब। अभी आपको
ग्रुप
इसीलिए मुझे
गेम्स
गेम
टुडे।
में ले लिया, तो मेरे को नहीं लेके गया।
भाई ये तो गलत है,
बीजीएम
पता क्या है, हैरी एक टाइम मेरे को छोड़ देगा, इतना मैं
नाइट।
मैं के बोल सकती हूँ, लेकिन आप लोगों को नहीं छोड़ेगा।
अरे मैं तो मतलब दोस्त नहीं हूँ, मैं
भाईचारा।
तो उनका व्यूअर हूँ।
पता नहीं फिर मैं,
बंदा बंदा बंदा
मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है मेरे साथ मजाक हो रहा है।
नहीं, बंदा है बंदा है इधर। हैरी सर
ये
यहाँ बंदा है, अभी उतरा है। ग्रुप नेम टुडे बीजीएमआई नाइट, ग्रुप गेम्स टुडे और बीजीएमआई नाइट। क्या पता अभी क्या करेंगे, चलो देखते हैं चौधरी सर। आज आज क्या करेंगे, मतलब आप बता दो, सजेस्ट करो कुछ, आप कुछ तो सजेस्ट करो क्या करेंगे। आ जाओ, हेलो आरू मैडम, आ जाओ, इधर का बंदा आपको।
दिख नहीं है, इसी घर में उतरा था क्या बात?
चलो गाइस आ जाओ। आई थिंक नेक्स्ट भाई तो बिजी हैं।
Estate, everyone's got to move.
Everyone's got to move. There is no real estate, and it's just these dips that Miramar produces.
Trying to find a tough way into a circle.
Let me show you the best teams.
The road,
Best
there's not
PUBG
much
PC
cover.
teams of the
Cars
world.
are pretty much gone at this
Carnage,
point.
pure
And
carnage.
it depends as to who's on that north side. E-Arena store there, anyone Legend store there, so you can't set up camp to have the fight. Anyone's Legend has a look on here. The Snoopers obviously played out the gap. Rex on the north side. But how much does Rex have to hold on?
Falcon. Yeah, Falcon वाले Tiggleton.
Aggressively?
Yeah.
He has a lot to hold on. It was a figurative. It was a figurative question. It is. It's a very tough hold for him, but I like that they'd have someone. This was more like a flag out. They were like, we're taking mortar fire from 3 different teams. You go sit in that shack.
Yeah.
Anyone's Legend? Hello?
As far as had to.
So who's he? Delvin, Destro, इतने बड़े-बड़े player की team
down here comes a
सब
push and pushes him. He's going to go down. That gives the cover. Delvin will find safety. They can fixate and focus in on those positions, but actually the move around Petrichor Road might give the Supers a little bit
nice
of
raid, Salvu.
It absolutely might. All right, let's take a look as this. God, this circle is horrific.
Crazy.
It's gonna come down. It's got to come down to one team on each side of the road, right? So, depending on the next shift, so you kind of want to make sure that you're set up to be that team that's able to play the pizza slice. And I just don't know how you get this South pizza. And now, if the shift goes bottom of the road again, like it's gonna be absolute chaos on the next shift. So everyone waiting, watching, trying to figure out how they get in. But most everyone is waiting, watching, and staring at Soup because they seem to be in the main line. Now, Myth under assault for the first time by a team that needs points really badly. Come on, VP, push, baby, push.
They found one, and it's really telling that they've been applying pressure to Myth the whole time. Beaming correctly refused to let him go. Wembo Rob trying to take the fight here for Twisted Minds. They're going to get caught out. The grenades force them into their trenches. Batoonins, though, is made of steel, and he denies the opportunity for that knock.
It's like I want to be like, no, leave them alone. They have a chance of possibly catching Myth. You don't. Let them live. just for the sake of the push, right? It's play the long game, 17. But 17's in such a good spot. There's no push there. All they're doing is protecting their space, making sure whatever happens here on the shift.
God, Toffee,
wow. 17 was in such... I know, but because 17 was playing the statistics. They were in such a good spot if the shift made sense, Mark.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. I just didn't want it. I wanted to play back down to the south. I wanted VP applying pressure to Myth, but it's not going to be the case. Tickleton will take the last flight for the Falcons as they will go down in 12th. They're out of the road. That does open up a bit of space. The arena can move in. Nixie potentially looking to try and find some cover as he launches forward towards Twisted Minds. And Mere Action versus Mere Action.
This is a really tough situation because everybody's got to move to the south of this road, and there are two solos, both from Expendables and Na'Vi, locked into pits on the way to that spot. So there is going to be some snake strikes, despite also having to get rid of each other to make that move between 17, Twisted Minds, and the teams here on the outside. VP, beautiful grenade. Oh, almost perfectly bounced, but the mortars will support it. I don't know how you... Twisted Minds just laying down and hoping for the best.
Yeah, the VP extending it towards Twisted Minds. Have they got zeroed in on 17? I know they're using the ridge to their advantage, but they've got to be cautious. Any point, 17 can activate, come over the top and apply pressure. T1 clearing up DNS Supers as obviously they work their way in that power grid area. Nice move here from VP, but everybody's left alone.
VP one of the good teams भाई अब जग रही है no kills का ज़्यादा है इनको.
So you got the fights on the north as they fight for who gets to be the northern dominant team. VP goes for a long wrap to the road, which I absolutely like. 17 watches it happen. T1 goes bananas on
VP versus 17
and they're deleted from the game.
They are deleted from the game. Beamy, peekaboo over the top. Myth trying to backfill this in the sea of colour down that side. Is huge. Luke Wright seems to spray. 17 has to get to the base of the towers. They've got to continue to apply pressure, but it's Myth Kiss who's causing huge amounts of damage towards VP.
Why not, right? The battle for MVP rages. Kiss's competitor Scabby is dead, so now Kiss's only goal is to win. It's like they're playing against themselves at this point. Na'Vi eliminated here as they fall off in the late game. 17 pinned down by an aggressive Virtus Pro.
Nice.
This is the VP that should have been here on day one, Mark. Active, proactive, under rotations, backfilling spots, playing aggressively, and only now.
Yeah, well, you've got to
number
climb
one
the
team
leaderboard,
right
mate.
now.
It doesn't
Steven.
mean a win if you've been winning from day number 1. You've got to take the win from the bottom. Made in Thailand, launching forward. They've moved the other way. It's tactical. You've got to think Mia, thinking big picture here. There goes the flash. Has to try and dig himself in towards the trenches. T1 knows who they're fighting, and now they reposition.
Super's out of the game. You see T1 come in here.
It's lots of Formula 1 show. Jeez.
Right, but like he did that with the grenade because at the end of the day, he has no risk. They can
VP
play whatever
coming
way
back,
they want,
bro.
and
VP
they're in a
come
great
back,
spot.
bro.
Great job eliminating our leaders. Myth is out yet again. New 4 in the back. It's going to be anyone's legend, T1 VP, and the Expendables. So the Expendables are sort of just gripping on the outside with a solo. Tonva will keep crawling forward.
We'll keep crawling forward. They have taken that position, so good little trench they found. T1 obviously using the shack for anyone's legend. Obviously, anyone's legend has rotated around that sort of north side, so they do have 2 bodies they need to get in. And for GTE, they can potentially hold that out from Tanvu. Boys from anyone's legends have got a decision to make which way they rotate in.
Look at that hard-hitting analysis coming from the VP coaches there on the sidelines as they watch their 2 remaining players try to salvage some points out of this one. Anyone's legend has 4 up. They're at 33 points, 16th place. Not what we expected after the finals last week. So anyone's legend, I think, needs to put up some numbers. Oh!
They took a tumble.
Nahi,
He took a tumble. He gone too early. I don't know if he expected. I think he wanted to hit the car, but it's like little peekaboo underneath. That's what they needed. Correxy. Well, he's left to his own. He's a final player here from VP, but it has been a takeaway game for them, and their winner chicken dinner percentage, it crumbles.
It absolutely crumbles. Down they go. And, you know, it was that solo, that snake that'll get you, as the Expendables and VP are now down to 1. Anyone's legend versus T1. Anyone's legend says, we don't need the top of the circle. We're crossing the road. And they use this time to incur upon the south.
There goes the body from him, Asto, trying to charge forward. End on the other side, though. Grenade comes through, does the damage that allowed him to sort of back away. For VP, corrects. He has the opportunity now to move in. T1, multiple fights and multiple fronts. For anyone's legend, they're getting complete blast, they've got 4 bodies up. And Corexy, he has an explosive ending. And that's a big fist bump, though, from the coaches from VP.
They know that they had a good run, and now it's anyone's legend's chance to clean up. T1 crawling, Expendables hoping. Take it home, legends. It's about time we see you rise up.
It's about time they rise up. Don't count out Tanvu though. He's got the eye on, but it's a 1 versus 1. Guys, team up, fight. Anyone's legend. They're coming to the other side. The Molly, when it takes to flight though.
Del will lega kill.
Del will lega kill. On the other side. Molly would have been perfect. Now it's a 4 versus 1.
Delvin was like, I'm not letting you have this kill, and zoops it away at the last possible second. He end up over the top, gets shot in the head.
Next of Ulf for the likes of Furia wouldn't be enough to put them above 92 points. So for these 2 squads, 4 really, when you're looking at Ulf, Furia, go boom. Aurora 721, because of this point sponge at the top, you need a massive match. You really need a massive match here. A 20-pointer, and then you need 4 thrives to go down. Like I said, I do not see this getting to match 6 without 4 thrives just winning off points alone. The only way they lose is via smash ruling.
It's yeah, definitely their main threat is from that angle. I was taking a look at some of the point scorings as well in terms of EWC qualification numbers, and at this stage, with RRQ obviously not playing anymore, they got knocked out in a bit of an upset back in their group stage. If BTR get 11th place or higher, it's very likely that there's no way that they can fall down. There's chasers in the game, sure, but Team Flash are already ahead of them. Arena are already ahead of them. They're very likely also have locked in their spots for EWC. Pandem, kind of counting them out as well, but it is all up to how Boom do. Can they jump up high enough to jump past that boundary?
With the point sponge being in play as well for Boom, they just don't really need to go that much further. At this point in time, you're kind of expecting for Boom being in 5th place, it'd be like a 10 to 15 point margin, if not more, to get towards 3rd. Not only has 4th Rise made this look like one of the most dominant performances of all time, they've also made getting into PMWC rather easy.
It's an interesting
for other
one.
teams, that is.
It's an interesting one. I mean, yeah, that 3rd place spot for Boom is really what is on their minds right now. In terms of jumping up, that would put them over
Which is
RRQ.
1 point, by the way.
Exactly. right? It's so close. 1 point is then
चल
second
ठीक है
place, right? Potentially, depending on chicken dinner counts and tiebreakers and things like that. But yeah, it's so
Bro,
down
try
to
नहीं
the
तो मैं
wire,
क्या
and
करूं?
these EWC points will really start to hit home for Boom. It would be such a
रात में
huge
खेलते हैं, ठीक है?
result for them to jump up that far. And the reason that they don't need to go in towards that position necessarily is because of how BTR is doing. They're fairly low on the point scorings. There's a 90, well, currently Boom have 0 points in EWC. They're going to be needing to exceed Bigatron, and Bigatron are on 19 points right now.
Oh, for second place team. A chaser of a pretty ridiculous margin right now. Fury and Pandem towards the east and the north of Four Thrives, who are playing it a little bit slower this time, playing outside on the edge. Gonna work out what their next move is. Really, if they get themselves another southwest shift on this, it's not terrible. They have a lot of space to rotate around, playing Quarry. A lot of Quarry's not picked up just yet. Like I said, going into Quarry a little bit early is not always advised. But if we do get southwest, they have the pick of the litter here.
Four Thrives had the pick of the litter, but they opted to go for Ferry Pier. I say but, maybe shouldn't put that as a prefix. They opted to go for Ferry Pier in this location. It's going to be fairly uncontested. They should be aware of that. They'll be aware that teams will have moved in on the west side of them as well. Seems fairly safe for the time being. The transition north, generally though, can be blocked off quite heavily by Quarry, by that location that is going to funnel you around either side, force you into some linear fights with some oversight that you might not be comfortable with.
It all depends on the next circle, right? Because a lot of teams on the southwest are going to massively benefit from a big southwest shift. There's already a lot of teams making their way in. Boom is trying to make the cross right now. Like I said, from that first game, a lot of way faster rotations all round. I mean, across the board, people are opting not to play on that edge right now. We have had a full flip-flop on how the lobby's been playing, from edge playstyle to suddenly this hugely central position. And again, that comes off the back of Four Thrives, just reading into this lobby very well going into that first day, and essentially just dominating from the center.
Started to find that center on this one, although it's not super central. It's sort of quite deceptive on a circle like this, right? Because you've got so much water. The
अगर उल्फ और फ्यूरिया को मैं जीतना है,
sits actually a little bit further north than you might expect. It's actually closer towards Gatka than towards Quarry, where the geometric center of this circle is. The center of the playable land sits a lot further north, which is currently where teams like Gaming Stars sit in this zone, as well as Otter and Boom a little bit further north of that.
I mean, for the center of the circle, though, it is around Four Thrives, GameStar, and Quarry. It does come a little bit down towards that southwest side. So we have a lot of the fields of Gaka in play. Pandem going to pick up that compound that sits over towards the eastern side of Quarry. GameStar playing on those warehouses. Four Thrives a little bit further behind now. They do need to move forward on this one, but we know they have the chops on them to actually get the elims to take those gunfights to clear our areas, to clear our spaces. What's making them such a elims to take those gunfights to clear our areas, to clear our space. What's making them such a terrifying team at the moment?
It's 2G navigating their way on that farm coastline, moving in through the blue as well. Got a forward position on it. Aurora just about getting across the west side bridge from Sosnovka military base. Uncontested. No one's camping that one. No one's guarding it out. Geeke may be behind them in the queue, though, on that angle. Seems like they're going to go for a west bridge rotate as well. Biding their time for the time being. They are just going to play it a little bit slower, closer towards the edge of the blue. Fury up further inland. And again, one of those teams just desperate to get as high up those tables as they can, because the match could end in a chicken dinner for Four Thrives, and our tournament could end with it. You have to make
अगर यहाँ से 40 तो नहीं यार, चिकन तो नहीं निकालने देंगे। इतनी बात तो मेरे को पता है, इस लॉबी में चिकन तो नहीं निकालने देंगे। बट ये चीज होती है, ये जो टॉप 6 टीमें हैं, 40 पॉइंट निकालने हैं अभी इनको, 2 में से 6 फिर ये चिकन निकालने। तो इनमें से कोई जीत सकती है। ओके, इट्स ऑरोरा वर्सेस विया।
You can change the state
Aura
of the
Gaming
podium.
या फिर Aurora Gaming, like my favorite players,
Just
top
one
and top.
match.
In a decent second place finish,
यार
right?
मैंने
And anywhere
वो
from
कौन था?
basically
So
ninth
यार
place
WBG
in
कहाँ
second
है?
place.
Where is WBG भाई? I'm missing them यार, literally.
So volatile.
मुझे WBG का वो तीर वाला सीन
Guaranteed
PMGC
to
का,
have had at
हाय
least
हाय,
8
क्या
matches
मारा था
played.
उसने भाई।
On the south side, Fourth
भाई
Thrives
अब तक वो
are on a
हाईलाइट
2-2
मेरे को
split.
अब तक याद है वो वाला सीन
I will say, I
WBG का
don't
जो
think
वो
they're in the
मारा था
best place
उसने
in this game.
सुप ने
It might be a tricky
मेरे
one for them to win here.
सब हैं भाई वो वाले
Obviously,
उसी
never
पे
out
मेरे
of the
सबसे
realm
ज्यादा
of
गेमिंग की रील्स
possibility,
के व्यूज हैं
but given the
I
lay of the
literally
circuit,
remember that.
Ori being such a main feature on the west side, I think this might not be the one to do it.
Well, we just haven't really seen them have a bad game, honestly. Outside of that ronda, everything else has been like fairly decent. Even the games where they weren't getting the chicken dinners, but just up towards that top
एक
six,
geek भी आ गई
still
इधर
good games. No real blunders.
कितनी
either. I
team
think that's
rotation
one
ले
of
रही है ना
one of my
geek
favorite
है
things about
और
watching
है
Four Thrives this tournament is that
एक और
there's
देखिए
never been a
उनको
moment
गोट
I've
भी
looked
लिख
at
रही
them
है
and thought to myself, that was a huge mistake. It's always felt like, well, that was a tough fight for them to go into, and they lost it rightfully.
102 double the scoreline a second. Four Thrives taking everything that was thrown at them and more. It's straight back at the rest of this lobby. Who were caught lacking yesterday. It felt like Rondo was maybe a little bit more palatable in terms of the overall lobby performance. So we're heading up towards the north side. Maybe this Erangel will be another much more solid overall performance than the rest of our
हमें यही वाला
roster. They are trying to make their moves now, and boom. Ooh, they've lost
इस
two
वाले
knocks
यहाँ पे जो
here.
भसड़ रहेगी ना भाई
Incredible, but there's a bit of pressure coming through from Ora. They're trying to play this one close. No Fear has been knocked, and Octa wants to keep this one under control.
ओके ओक्टा
Ulf
लीडिंग
now making their way over.
Nice
They
nade.
hear the shots.
Okay,
they
no fear, 1
hear
HP.
and see the
Boom
knocks
carry
coming
down.
through.
Sky,
will find another.
boom out
but
of the
Boom is
game.
down so
No fear को revive
quickly.
चाहिए.
And for Ulf,
Sky
this is upsetting for them because they
1v4.
were looking to make the move on this one. Sky is knocked though. That's a good first knock. A very, very good first knock coming through from Eren. They can play off the back of that
S21
and
versus
maintain one of the stronger positions in the circle.
EA
Four
arena.
Thrives. How? How have they done that? They move through Quarry, they get towards the ridge side on the top. I don't get it.
Where did they even?
भाई
where did they
अगेन
even go?
फोर्थ जोन पहुंच के भाई
How have they done
कमेंटेटर्स भी
this?
फायर कर रहे हैं
Max is
भाई
shouting, they teleported there somehow. Nobody knows how, but they are there, and that is quite incredible. Ulf are taking the fight and
Ulf
winning
versus
it
हो रहा हो
with
गया भाई
honor,
साइड
by the
में
way. They were able
40
to
वर्सेस 70
leverage
40
that
से पीछे से
opener
पेल दिया
nicely
720
over
को
on the
हैंड डाउन
northeast side of it, and Honor are falling. They are falling pretty quickly. A 2-2 split in the center of the circle, and Four Thrives. Goodness me. Like smoke moved through outstretched hands that everyone else is trying to clamber to grab them, to bring them
ओके लिए भाई
back to mortal levels, but
हुसैफ
it's
फाज
just
ने
not
फिर से डाउन
happening.
किया S21
I do
भाई
not
S21 तो
understand
पीछे
it.
से
I
मिल गई भाई
cannot comprehend it. For Four Thrives, it is just magic right now. And we are not seeing
मैजिक
behind
भाई
the
मैजिक
scenes.
फोर्थ ड्राइव्स नहीं रुक रही भाई
Some incredible
Malik,
calls
last
from this
man
squad.
standing for Four
No
Thrives.
longer doubting themselves as they did maybe in the past of this tournament. They are just clear-cut comms, and it seems to be working insanely well. Also, the goal to pull off a 2-2 split after that happens.
Okay, goal versus Korea, silence grenade, focus down.
No qualms with taking it to the rest of the
Ato,
lobby at the moment.
Force, Moxie,
This
Chief,
is straight aura farming
Silence,
right now from
Ayala.
Four Thrives. They are absolutely, if you'll forgive my
Moxie
Gen
बगले
Z parlance here, Blank, they are mogging the lobby. It is really quite impressive what they've been able to pull off here.
अरे भाई
Furia, I
ऑफ
mean,
एंगल
they've
बना
been
के
pretty
पेल के ले
powerful too, right?
गोड सब
And
खेल
if
गए
you
भाई
just forget
स्टार्ट
about
दे
Four
स्टार्ट दे
Thrives for a
रिकॉर्ड
second, this is an incredibly close tournament because everybody else is so neck
भाई
and
बैठा हुआ
neck,
है
and they are
बैठा हुआ
giving
है
it a good go. Chief
भाग क्या
wants to
भाई
step in for the fight as well. Goat
ले,
team,
मौली
one
मारी
of their most
क्या
local
क्या क्या एक
challenges
लुक
on
से
the
ओ भाई
tables
डॉग को
are
फिनिश
looking
कर
to
दे
try and
3-4
put
ने
pressure on, but Four Thrives
और
have a
2 डाउन
challenge. It's Aurora who tried to move in from military.
और 1v2
Into the fight, heads
2v1
up with the one now.
Oh, they're fuck, भाई
Four needs to get back to his feet now. They drop the smoke. They rally around it, and all of them are alive. Aurora cannot do it.
Aurora Gaming को भी पेल दिया भाई 14 है Aurora Gaming one of best
Four
teams
Thrives just an
roster
easy pickup. Pandem
Okay,
finally
Pandem coming
making
now.
a move. The circle
Pandem
moves
मारो
down
भाई,
towards where Four
खत्म कर
Thrives
देंगे
are
नहीं तो
playing.
ये।
Pandem need to act fast here, but
Pandem.
they are slow on this push-up. Four Thrives are getting
भाई
the
सारे
reset
revive
in
हो
the
गए
meantime.
सारे रिवाइव हो गए
Goodness
नेड
me.
नेड
Made
नेड
it over
नेड
the
नेड
top. T24 wants to get picked up.
ले
There's an
टीटी भाई
analysis
थर्ड पार्टी
again from
टीटी
TT Project. They want to lock in their position on the tables as
भाई
well.
यार
And with
ओके
Pandem
ओके
going
ओके
down
सोल के हुजैफा
to
ओ
T1,
फाइनली सोल के
and
जीता
in they go.
कवर फायर आई कूल कवर
Fall.
फायर
There are casualties. They
Two
go
down.
fast. Four Thrives are falling.
Toma kहाँ से?
Falak now on the back lines. Is the
Falak the last
player
minute
to stand
standing
up
from 40.
against it. The nades need to be big. Three
Falak,
players from
Falak,
S2G, and
फलक
two of them
फलक
fall.
ओ 40 आउट
Four Thrives fall.
इंडिया
It
की
is
तरह
not
इंडिया जाती
that.
नहीं ना
Not now. Maybe next time, but they are denied.
John, Four Thrives.
भाई
It took
पाकिस्तान की
four
टीम सब
bloody
सुपर चल रही
teams
है
to take them down.
One team per Thrive.
Has to
टीम
happen
सबसे ऊपर
here.
चल रही है थू हो रही है
Finally.
थू करा
They've
रखी है
shown a little bit of what this lobby can do, but that's not before blasting Aurora out of this match. Just
भाई पीछे
incredible
किसी की आवाज
stuff
आ रही
all
है
round. GameStar will
भाई
find shots
ये
over
ये
towards
भाई ये
Ulf.
होता है क्या कहते
Everyone
हैं
goes
लैंड
down.
पीछे
This is
आवाज
the
देख
team
रहे
that
हो
was
तुम
chasing.
ऑडियंस गूज़बम्प्स भाई
And they are losing players by the second as they attempted to go for a central push on this one. Ketch is going to send over towards Scarface. See if he can pick him up.
Ulf wanting to try and maintain the central position now.
चलो भाई 40 तो इस मैच तो
They
नहीं
will have
जीत रही है
seen
बट
that
किसी
Fourth
टीम
Rise
को
has
तो
gone
भाई
down.
वो आना
Can breathe a
पड़ेगा
little clearer
आना
now
पड़ेगा
as well.
I mean, remember
वो
the
पार
smash
करना पड़ेगा
boundary too, Blank.
मैच पॉइंट्स तब
That
जीतेगी
92
उल्फ और फूरिया में
points,
से
whilst maybe not achievable here,
क्योंकि भाई
is
40
something that they will
107
set their
पॉइंट्स
sights
है
on. With
कैसे
this
पकड़ोगे
game,
उसे
they can push for it. Furia with the player numbers here, but Ulf with 3 in a much better position could potentially look to try and jump up and join them in that match.
भाई आई थिंक 40 जीत गई
This is the
40
first
जीत
time in
गई
quite a while that I've seen a
चार मैचेस
decisive
बचे हैं
push
चार
like
मैच
this.
में
There was one yesterday over
दो
at
मैच
Erangel when they
लगेंगे
headed
ये
over
मैच
towards
मिला के
Middle
लगेंगे भाई
Island.
40
A very
पॉइंट्स
good push from them, but I think they
40 points
need
लेना
more of
बहुत
that.
ही हुआ है।
And look, yes, they lose a player on the entry, but they realise that they've
भाई
got to take
और
risks
रोई
right
चल
now.
जाए
If
यार
they
ये
want a
बंदे
chance
इतने
of getting
क्रेजी
towards
ही
that
नहीं चल रहे
92
हमारे
points, they have to make some
Mongolian
moves in the lobby. Pandem moving away
Mongolians.
up in the similar fashion as Ulf immediately looks to rebolster that location of the map.
Solidify. Sail off there, moving out towards the west edge. Again, remember those
silence.
moving parts. Remember those EWC qualification spots. Going
तू ये
into
चिकन
this
निकाल
one.
दे बट फिर या तो गंदी पोजीशन पे इनके खान पटेगी नीचे से वो बैठी
We're
है
very much trying to put themselves closer. They've gone all the way out west, and actually, you know,
ओके उल्फ वर्सेस ये मॉरमैन
compound here with Mormon from
so let's-
Arena. An interesting decision.
Okay, backup
going
आ गया
for this
है।
one, I think it's safe to say.
उधर से उल्फ
Now
का भी
the
backup
backups
आ
here
रहा है।
for Arena. Ulf maybe overcommit Solus onto this location.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
a
Mormon
curious
put it
spot that Ulf sends towards. Understand it's a
और ये
brand new
shot यार
compound, but Schweb's now Solus. I don't know what he was doing out there in the first place. They
उल्फ
had
भाई अब तो नहीं
central
पहुंच
zone, but why?
Very odd feeling there from Ulf. That's going to severely hamper their chances of jumping
भाई
up. towards that
कमेंटेटर्स
split.
भी कह रहे हैं भाई
Fury
कुछ
on
तो
the south
करो
side.
कैसे भी करो टॉप में आओ
Independent, and they have to
ये
move.
भाई उल्फ पे
Imagine if
जोन
they
था।
were 3 players for Ulf on a circle like this.
It would have been a great game. It really would have been a great game. Getting yourself a high elim chicken dinner
Okay,
as 2
Phantom घुस रही है
players,
सीधे
very difficult. Getting a chicken dinner as 2 players, that's a different story. But I do think it looks unlikely in a global lobby like this.
बीटीआर
Flash losing players to
Megatron
BTR.
Radiance
Currently down in 15 for
Good
29
news.
points. A big nade goes through the back. There's a fair chunk of damage towards them. Wards them off away from the Flash.
Oh, but there's a heavy hit dealt back towards them. Bozy finds
What a guy is
Morales,
that?
but there's a rundown. They're trading back and forth, and BTR seemingly in charge of this fight right now. Zeus cannot get towards Bozy. Axel with the split off. Razy and Razak with nades. Looking to be primed here. Pulled out towards Team Flash. On the off
random
angle.
nades
Getting
back there,
stars
very
at
random.
71 clashing in the meantime on our picture-in-picture, but this north side yet to conclude. A long
भाई
range
फ्यूरिया का
position
गेम
for
होना
Team
चाहिए
Flash.
फ्यूरिया को
They are
फ्यूरिया
playing this
need
too.
to at least cross above 75 points this match as from
BTR.
my perspective उसके अगले मैच पे
Has a
क्वालीफाई
very obvious position coming through from the guys
जीत जाए
over on Flash.
Furia from
Usually, but
Brazil.
BTR is going to opt to get further in towards the circle here.
but I think
currently playing.
इस बार तो कुदरत का निजाम
For
लग
that
रहा है भाई
southwest side, have a good chance on this game too. S2G currently isolating sightlines over towards the northeast side. Kamikaze opens up towards Maniac.
वो फ्यूरियत पे तो जोन ही नहीं है ले आया ला पिटा पड़ा है
Try and punch through
ले
them.
टीडीए
Defense on the south
चीफ भी
side.
बटेगा लग
TT
रहा है
Project aren't going to slow them down on the first. Maybe look for Ayala and Chief on the second as Effect moves forwards.
Okay,
trying to scout
Chief
this one out.
versus
FPS is
TT.
there. Pandem could
Okay,
just
Pandem भी
try
आ
and
गया उधर
set
से
into it, but they're closer to the
ले
center.
आया लग रहा है मैं तो चला
You don't really want to get too stuck in. Furia
ले
going
चीफ
over
खेल
their way.
लिया
Chief back down the hill. Back behind the tree. Furia losing one. And the momentum for the chasing teams here, Blank, is really being curtailed This is great news for our back page, because there is a real chance for them to start to mount the pressure. Silence now the last to stand. Furia, and I don't imagine that he's going to have a great time getting out of this compound. With the surround that TT Project have, with GK on the west, with Pandem on the north side, I don't think there's an opening for him. And Furia may fall short here.
Oh, Furia down to one player. All our chasing teams getting nowhere
40,
closer
congratulations
to the top here.
For the
it's looking more and more solid for 4 Thrives as time goes on. They may have just done enough already.
Grenades, the roll downs, Team Flash go
down,
BTR stay up as 4 on the northern side. Fairly alone right now, and everyone on the south has much more difficult time to go for. S2G are trying to navigate the east edge in the meantime, and Silence isn't done just yet. Now he is. Zerich puts him back.
Cross from Geeky over towards Pandem, playing up around this valley at the moment. Trying to make it work as best as they can. GK will send Kevin as a forward scout for the squad. Oof, it's close. We'll just pick up the hovercraft, try and get it forward.
Rolex by 1 HP.
Flush coming through everyone. Adding to the tally. Wouldn't it be so great if all had 3 players?
Arena
have 4 players on the west side on a pretty mega compound for a circle shift like
this.
It's going to play quite well.
It's an indecision, right? I think for
Kesh,
as well as Aaron, maybe if they backsource upon that one, they would have a better position on this one. But how can you know it's going to be a hard southwest shift? S2G make the play-in over towards E-Arena, trying to do what Solus failed to do before.
Playing up into the ridge, GK yet to really step forwards.
Geek क्यों नहीं मार रहे उन्हें? Where is Geek?
They do. S2G, they just a bit off more than they can shoot. Tony K has the off angle there as well. Hamzy has his number. Tony K goes down. A lovely little spray down at range.
Oh, nude.
Towards the back line as Hamzy goes down.
मैं बोला Geek क्यों नहीं मार रही? आगे ना Geek.
Right now, low blank. And this west side seems a little bit more difficult to navigate than perhaps S2G realized.
For S2G, it's a good call from them, but a weak assault over towards E-Arena. Obviously coming in from very far away, so the smokes were popped late on this one to deny the sightlines. I think they've done a decent job of trying to set up this engagement. But now E-Arena has all players back up again. Lost takes a really big hefty amount of damage. And with GK having sights on, this should be easy.
I mean, it's a shooting gallery. S2G just can't move into their location. The nades are going to force them out into the open, and Lost gets flushed away.
Lost को ले Mormon ले गया ले ये भी kill नहीं लगी.
S2G lose their final player, Kamikaze with an ace.
Oh, perfect.
Ooh, okay, goes the other side of the burnt out vehicle. In the meantime, BTR trying to find their way in on the north side. We've also got that duo from Ulf and TT Project out on that east edge with 6 elims already blank. They're looking to go further than 11th place. They could go much further.
And with just how close the scorings are, we keep saying it, but anyone could be anywhere on this table. As GK makes their way up towards 37 points, I think the Pandem's the only team that's really struggling to remove themselves from that 16th place right now. Need a shovel and a pickaxe to do that.
Okay, TT Project finds Pandem, looking for a little bit more as well. There is some traded damage, and TT Project are on the ropes. GK are trying to roll on in, but that is Pandem going down. 8 eliminations now. TT Project up and at least into 2nd place with the placements guaranteed from the 6th place finish. They will be jumping up to be fairly neck and neck with Furia, and maybe a little bit further over that as well. Nades over the top, and TT Project are piecing themselves back together. GK
in trouble, BTR looking for revenge. The nade goes up, but it's not the knock, it's not the flush, and we are in deja vu. It's Aaron versus BTR, but this time he cannot stand tall versus the Indonesian squad.
They find the full knockout, and our 2nd place is locked in at 56. Blank. The angle of this points table is just so flat. It is absolutely incredible stuff.
भाई फर्स्ट पे अलग लेवल उन्हें भूल जाओ. सेकंड से लेके 8 तक देखो तुम. जो टीम जिंदा है वो सेकंड. अरे है effect down.
Keep things a little bit more sloped, but on the east side they're cut out of this next circle.
BTR going to make this work. It's tough ground to play off the back of, and Neos With some fantastic
Okay,
shots. He
TT,
has been a
nice
real
one, TT.
blessing to this
Come on,
squad
man.
so far.
Gaadi aa rahi hai,
Beck
here.
finally finding some of that insane fragging power that we maybe lost from him in the past.
They're going in. They're going to look for the crash. Over towards BTR. They know they soften them up.
Arey, Rezi.
To pull one out, does so, but the forward.
Rezi,
cannot
Rezi.
catch it. Sticks it on the back line. And that is TT Project down. They jump up the tables a little bit, but now the back page has a battle on their hands.
भाई
Who's
इस
going to
सेट
jump
पे
up
क्या ही मौत
and
का
be
तांडव
neck
नचा
and
है
neck with literally everybody else?
2T's sad crying face there coming through from Project. 4 teams left alive. S2G. E-Arena currently on 45
अबे बचा हुआ
points.
अभी भी
A team that can
कामिकाज़े।
jump up towards second place on this game. But a dominant hold over towards this compound for the longest time now.
Okay, Geek is pushing.
Not let it slip.
Geek
Geek
is
are going to
pushing.
go for the descent though.
कामिकाज़े मार रहा है।
Could be in the way as
But
well.
Kamikaze
They'll
done.
clear it out very, very quickly. S2G not providing any
Now
more
Geek का अच्छा
boundary,
प्ले, ये
no
अच्छा
more
प्ले था। मेरे को
buffer
पता था Geek
for
हायर
them.
एज पे
3
Geek
players
मारेगी।
already in. 4
Clearance के लिए
players
दो
now for
नेड।
DK. They
Nice
fully
नेड एक
regroup.
कंपाउंड
BTR
में।
willing to let this happen. And they are, to be fair, not in a terrible spot. The shack that they have, they can start to move out. With DK gone from that high ground position, they can start to extend a lot more effectively.
But E-Arena was just about to bring this up, but the amount of teams that they've had to rebuff from this spot
Kevin,
means
Kevin.
the utility is
Kevin,
low.
Kevin
DK
from
on their
Minions.
hand, 15 nades, the 2 from E-Arena. All they have to do right now is weather the storm.
Arena 5 eliminations, BTR with 7, EK with 4. Anyone with a chicken dinner would
Oh,
push
BTR.
themselves up
Off
towards
angle.
that
Nice one,
40,
Federalist.
50 point boundary. BTR the furthest from it. This is exactly what I wanted from BTR with GK off of that high ground. They have spread out flank. They have put a wall against this fight, and this circle helps them out with that pursuit.
No, कोई नहीं हो रहा।
BTR moving forward, seeking no trepidation
17
in
नीड
these
का हो गया
final
Geek पे।
moments of
कहाँ
the
से उठाना ये
match.
नीड? Oh,
To take control!
DK!
Out of the 2 nades that they have left, 1 is a double, and they open up strongly over towards
भाई
GK. They may have no
भाई।
more explosives left in hand.
Okay, Ragnor ने Joker down किया, but Ragnor का also down.
Joker goes down though for E-Arena. Can
Last man
BTR
standing.
pull one out the back? No, they're going to
Egg
get
boy.
off by GK as well.
Easy for bad
Crazy
boy,
keeps
down.
them alive. On the outside,
भाई वो
E-Arena
नीड
cannot
चुनमेश्वरी
go
भाई।
through. That is GK down. BTR need to pull this res back fast. They need to get this healing done. E-Arena are on 3, and Razy's hiding in the grass. The
भाई
Gillis
Razy
is
घास में
there.
लटा पड़ा
Spots one on the roll around.
ये रुका
Needs to
उसको
keep his
छीला।
team safe. Foreman steps out.
down,
and
पता
they're
था।
on the knock, but there's no teammates left.
Oh, Razy!
From the bushes
Razy,
into Gilly.
Razy,
BTR looking to do
Razy,
it
heal,
again
heal,
on
Razy.
the main stage.
Razy, heal, Razy.
Another nade over the top.
Por favor,
and
por
Razy
favor.
goes low, goes lower.
See?
6 first aids in pocket, but there's another nade.
Razy,
falls,
अरे
and the
यार,
last nade
भाई ये
from
नीड
the
लग
Arena
जाता।
will
ये
be
Arena,
able to close
crazy
it
game।
down. BTR gave them a good
मैं
challenge
बोलता ये
there,
Arena game to lose।
but it was the compound on the southwest side.
मजा आ गया भाई,
The
game तो
Arena
crazy था।
held their nerve
Game तो
and
crazy था
put
भाई।
themselves in the full lobby tiebreaker that sits beneath 4
But
drives.
40
Ryzen's
going to be the champions
reincarnation,
of the
Razy,
global.
not quite able to do it at the end.
यहाँ क्या चल रहा
That
है?
is going to be dicey for Made in Thailand. They are still in, but it does feel like that circle may end up leaning towards the pizza slice here. So Made in Thailand, if they get fortunate and somehow get a bit of a shift on this next one, it's probably all said and done here, but we will see. We will see. Now, as some of these teams on the south side moving a little bit frantically here to try and find themselves a spot, it's going to be Vitality. They see the Expendables trying to go through the dry bed of this river at the moment, taking a few shots here to get drops, but nothing connecting. They need to get a hustle on as well. They're not in the circle
मैच
right
में क्या
now.
चल रहा है अपने
And
इंडिया
also
वाले में?
them stopping here actually leaves it so Expendables gets ahead of them and they could
Yes.
then
0
turn
to
around and
5.
gatekeep Vitality. It's a little bit
End of
rough for
K2.
Vitality to get into this. The 17 is also looking their direction. Perfectix finds Raining with an M24 headshot. That's huge. As other teams are trying to get some shots towards Petrico Road as they drive by.
VP
They're going to be
comes to
driving
73
straight to
points,
mid here.
40 points का
There could
अंतर।
be a pull-up or a third party happening. Tim as
Late
driving
हो
on
गया,
the eastern
2 मैच
side
और बचे
too.
इसके बाद, late हो
I
गया,
foresee a southwest shift as well here, so Myth might be having a big fight and a big push to try to get across the bridge or even into the water.
Yeah, tough one. A tough time indeed. At the same time here, Petrichor Road wrapping around them as well. That's one of the teams that's on the chase here against Made in Thailand. So they're kind of taking a bit of an interesting angle on this circle because they got Chewy completely divided away from them of Petrichor Road, which is... This is not a normal playbook strategy coming out from Petrichor Road at all, but let's see what they can get done with it. 4am now runs into Expendables, or I should say the vice versa. Expendables ran into them. See what they can get done here. Headphone-Ant already knocks down Huang F. Will we be able to see anything peek on over the way? Not quite likely just yet.
Oh, nice nade.
Absolute beautiful baseball thrown directly at Clary's. Expendables was falling apart a little bit here for them, and 4am actually locking down a really good area. They're taking along the ridges here with the water, it's the D border. You're not able to drive this area here, so it's very good for them now. Chewy looking straight at his countryman. No idea. Falling down. And they're in 12th place right now with 59 points. With a good game, they could jump up big places here, but they need to get this resurgence going.
Yeah, this is a bit of a joker position for Chewy because the thing is that there was no vehicles here for this to have been spotted. So this casualty for Crazy Raccoon, I feel for them. They couldn't have known anyone was lurking around. But now Na'Vi here up against Twisted Minds once again. West fighting the West. As Lou will be taken down by Hakatori straight away on this pull-up. Perfectic's going to have to get out of the dodge here to keep the hopes alive for Twisted Minds. Kind of find themselves middle of the pack right now. Boostic does knock Dooming, though, in the distance. For DN Supers, also in the hunt here somehow, some way. They're going to take some casualties, too.
Yeah, well, we were having big hopes for both Petrichor Road and DN Supers, and they have not had the best of days so far. It's a little bit unfortunate that it's the whole mid-pack that's just trying to chase, trying to get into that podium. And now with that circle here we're talking about, is probably going to go south and contain some water still, but it's the main island, and Myth is going to have to make moves.
Makes you think, do they try and go and gamble for the riverside and then try and go for a swim on over? Because I think the bridge is going to be so dangerous for Made in Thailand. At the same time, some of these teams on the west also have to make a move. Petrichor Road wrapped all the way around on the east side and then swam over to Chewy. It is a bonkers play that they've gone for here, but somehow it's working. They're still alive. They did get that one kill off of Crazy Raccoon. As now Hakatori and the boys here on the west side trying to get the recovery going. Now they do know, though, that teams have moved in above them, which will cause them some problems. Yeah, he's very scared about trying to get that res off by the looks of things.
Yeah, and this western side is going to be...
Myth ko maro,
driving to pull up as well from Genji and Supers.
Genji versus
Korea fighting each other. D finds Steel, Heaven finds Soul. A trade for trade, knock for knock here. Human, huge to push into this one. Damage done though. D finds Human.
More damage coming on forwards here. The car does explode. So Gumin finishes that off. Genji is done once again. Not much hope on the Genji camp or the Genji faces at the moment. They are floundering here. As now PO does take down Gumin, get that steal away as well. So jeez, it couldn't go much worse for Genji. They end up in that fight, get a knock here and there, get stolen away anyway. As Crazy Raccoon still moving in on this west side of them. 17 Gaming has a lot of room on that south side. Of course, they're far down the tables as well. Now Petrichor Road in the north is shooting towards 4am, and technically Myth could take some shots there as well. So Myth could steal away some of that from Petrichor Road. We'll see.
Falling right now. Himas finds the Vences flush. And with how the teams are lined up, so much space towards the middle, actually, as we were talking about it, James, here, with north being contested, west is contested, south is being held by 17.
Myth ko down kar do,
VP ko just trying to get in by the ridges here. Anyone's Legends and Myth potentially gonna fight eventually, as Petrichor Road also tries to get in.
Okay, Na'Vi pushing.
See what Boostic and the boys can do. Now trying to stab their way into this circle as well. Crazy Raccoon.
भाई मेरा दिल से मन कर रहा है कि अब e-sports में वापसी की जाए एक बार अच्छे से grind किया जाए फोड़ा जाए इंडियन की lobby.
Still Boostic looking for an opportunity to do a little bit of damage as we take an overlook at where the DN Supers boys are currently, as I said before, still on the chase. Scappy finds one. I-26 down. Just any little trickle of points here for Myth. It has been a slow day start for Myth, but it does not matter. They know that they don't need much to make this work. And gosh,
okay, Myth down हो सकती है. चलो भाई Myth को मार दो. Myth आ रही है ओपन में. पकड़ ले. Himas का Himas pro player.
Is that the play? Where are we going?
Yeah, next circle actually goes northwest here. No water in effect here, but still 4am's position is
All
being
across.
reinforced with the drops.
बैटरी को रोड पे फंस गई
It's
भाई
actually huge. I'll say this though, Myth getting a little bit of space on the eastern side here. It's going to be an anyone's legends or Vitality that's going to have to try to hold them out here. As
Myth
Kiss
वाले
finds
बच गया
Delwyn. Shin goes down to Wang F2.
Yeah, I forgot that part was shallow. So they've just been able to drive across and get actually two
Myth
cars
तो आगे
across
बस
here.
बचा के
Jacob and Kiss with the anchor point, and now, of course, they are still being watched, though. So it's not all said and done just yet. They actually have some crates ahead of them, but that's more in the 4 a.m. camp than anything. Salolzi would love to have done some damage here against Made in Thailand, but doesn't quite get much done.
Absolutely. And now, with Myth getting his eastern side hold here, they might be able to get a few more points. And I contemplated, is second place even going to be breaking triple digits here, James? It feels like second place is not even going to break the 2 first days points threshold that Myth had. So it's just a mid-pack jumping up to the podium. It's going to be even more contested towards that middle.
God, can you imagine? Can you imagine? If we could just discount 5 games and a team still wins the tournament, that would be bonkers. But we will see. We will see. As now Monet's coming against
team Vitality क्या हुआ गोली तो चला लाड़ ले
push on forwards as Vitality's trying to defend the location here. Anyone's legend made for a bit of a mad dash themselves. Nate forwards as well to try and slow this down. As they would love to get Quizzy back up. It's going to be very difficult to do that though. So they're trying to weather the storm on multiple fronts. They've taken multiple rocks here against the position of Hello My Bad and Get Rocks, but they're actually holding on okay. Oh my god, Scappy. Just any little extra points Myth can do here is just another feather in the cap.
Absolutely. It's going so fast here. Scabby tries to find more damage done as well to Vitality. They try to assist and hold back. That's not a nade that's close enough. I feel like it's going to go into the smoke.
मार Get Rock किसी को तो मार
Mehmet down. Twisted Minds out of 14th place for a home turf circle. That's insane.
Made in Thailand still making a really good run of it. They've come in, I feel like, at just the right time on this east side. It's the perfect entry point and an entry opportunity here. Ming Ming down. That is Petrichor Road gone. And now DN
Jacob को एक और kill.
Is it
Hi Ram, ये भी मिल गया.
continue lighting up that west side and trying to go for an insane run themselves? But Baron and Jacob take some extra kills. As I say, the trickle is slowly turning into a stream here for Myth now on this day 3.
Yeah, now up to 118, and Onyx finds type. Crazy Raccoon engages in some of this fight here on this western side, trying to fend off T1, trying to get a little bit of space created. PO gets found by Lokarooks here. A lot of fire coming in. VP trying to maintain the control of that northern side. They have a lot of space too. Him is out. Anyone's Legends out on 11th place here. And now we're down to just 10 teams here with 33 alive.
But T1 भी पता नहीं
Nobody's going to be taking this. Oh, Pio actually has 20 kills in 3rd place, so that's kind of a noteworthy moment there. But now Myth encompasses 3 of the top 4 positions. With Baron now joining them as well. Up there here, 118 points so far for Kiss, with 5,000 damage done. Even Tanvu can't keep up at the moment at 4.3k. My question marks remain around if T1 can do something from that west side, just a little bit. Of course, they do have 1 man down, but they've been looking good so far here throughout the day to look for this catch-up. Hello, my bad. Does knock Jacob. Okay, maybe we can stem the tide. No, never mind. Kiss gets
3 wins from some of these teams in the mid-pack, and it's still doable here, but Kiss finds Hello My Bad. Hackatar finds Ian as Inonix and Crazy Raccoon is trying to repel these pushes from T1. Raining Heather low, has to heal. Heather, this is your first aid kits. Try to push into this spot here.
भाई क्लोज में बंदा T1 की तो फट के हाथ मार गई. बढ़िया मत.
Big nade folds into that smoke, not too bad at all. Vulcan now 17 Gaming still trying their very best to get rid of them. We'll send a molly forwards against that, knowing they might actually clip him. Mortar's coming down as well. Crazy Raccoon actually did a lot of damage to T1 and actually did take them out on them pushing into their position. Technically, Crazy Raccoon has the benefit of a better spot in that circle and shuts that down that push. But Na'Vi, can we get anything done here from this? The problem is Myth still alive on the east side. They were the only teams coming in from the east side of this river, and they've got 7 kills. Again, they couldn't have made a more perfect entry to it, considering that the circle was against them.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, Hector finds it. Yuan goes down. Now he's up to 5 kills here. Boostic is
VP कहाँ है हमारी?
potentially
VP
riskable
कहाँ
here
है
from this
यार?
spot. But the circle is pushing them.
मजा
They're
नहीं
going to
आया
have
यार
to
जब
push
पूरी
D and
team
Supers. They're going to have to push 17. And now Myth is crossing, trying to get into some space. He's trying to get the rest of the kills on Vitality. As they've had a fight as well. 7 kills, top 8 here. A lot of points are getting in, and it's almost done.
Reveal of
for
PG.
Yeah, not bad from Falcons there to try and get themselves a few more extra points, but now Quizzy here goes up against the brutality and the regime that Made in Thailand has been able to set in this lobby. And guess what? The tyranny will not stop just yet. And even though Scappy is down, Quizzy with a good nade there to be able to slow it down. But again, I don't think that's gonna be much more at all with, of course, Quizzy gone. Now Myth, Made in Thailand, 123 points, 8 kills go their way. Everybody else on the high ground is kind of just fighting each other, ignoring the idea that Myth is getting this recovery off and will be able to stage even more assaults from the east side.
If they get this recover off and they get 4 guys strong and they maintain the control on the eastern side, they're just going to close out the whole tournament in game 13 of 15. 2 games earlier than our ultimate game here. That's going to be crazy. Let's see this next circle here. West. Make it a hard time, I think, for them to win this tournament.
Throw anything at them. The kitchen sink. Rip all of the appliances out and throw them at Myth somehow, some way, because they are the landlords. And they've got to be shut down, but it's not going to happen at all. Faris, though, does take down Zhao Wu, and a little bit of an aid against them as well. Na'Vi, the few kills here. Not doing too bad. The thing is, Virtus Pro eventually is probably just going to say, hey guys, by the way, we're really good at the video game and we're just going to come in and win this game. We'll see. It could boil down to a 4v4
2 down
VP. Well Thailand here. That being said, though, Deal and Heaven might have something to say about it. Dretty and Lookrooks down. Nades forwards against the position of Nixie. And that is a great molly here to connect with him.
Hi, D and Super's nice play, yaar.
Nixie back to Heaven with that, and BB's
very
nice.
nice.
The last one here. They're maintaining a
Abbe,
really good
Kiss,
amount of
bhai.
control on this western side. Kiss continues to steal, and he's now up and putting Myth into 9 kills. D and Super's trying to maintain the control of the western side here. A little bit of rough terrain for VP as they get the points confirmed too. BB does find Kiss here, takes our kill leader and damage leader down.
It's funny because Korea started off the day showing us a graphic of, okay, mission defeat Made in Thailand, and they showed us DN Supers and Petrichor Road. I'm sorry, guys, because that's wrong. It is now 1 versus 15, and all these other teams have currently got no chance at dealing with Made in Thailand. They are on an absolute tear.
Yeah, and then it's from 2nd place to 12th, just 22 points difference from Gen G to DN Supers. DN Supers trying to hold on to this place here to maintain and get another spot for Korea. DN Supers obviously looking to close this game out. I think it's unlikely. I think it's going to be Myth here. They're the only team with full 4-man strong. They're maintaining a lot of control on this eastern side.
And again, you know, you look at them on the other side of the river, they were one of the only teams over there, and yet they've still been able to find a great entry point, really bide their time, look fantastic whilst doing it. There is no disputing the class that they have brought here to PGS 6 so far, and we get to watch another 2 games to see if they can push it even further and break some records.
Yeah, even break just versus pros.
Record
from last circuit final. There's just a few more, just 10-ish more points, 12 more points, then it's done. With this game, it might even get them close. We have 7 teams left alive. We have 9 more placement points to give out, more kills to give out here. This circle actually is perfect for maintaining the eastern control. Beamy finds Spaceman. That's more points for VP2. They pushed themselves into 5th place, even closer to podium.
All right, Gophers, everyone dig into the ground and hope that the apex predator of this tournament does not find you. Scappy, though, does get knocked here by Shrimzy. Falcon's still got something to say about this. An apex predator in themselves, usually as they're flying high, looking to dive on some of their prey. And maybe Scappy down. Maybe we can see a little bit of a denial here from against Made in Thailand. Kickstart with 4 again. God, as much as Falcons has had a tough time of it here in these last couple of tournaments, like, Kickstarter still looked fantastic. Knowing that he's IGLing and being able to frag out, it's really good stuff.
Yeah, he has been looking very good. We know he's a capable fragger, and to align that with all the information that he's able to comprehend, he is huge. VP 675 damage and just 1 kill. That feels a little bit wrong, but we saw yesterday. Yeah, we saw yesterday 2 kills and 25 damage is possible. So The ratios are going completely off for that. It's been a tough one. Jacob finds Beamy to finish things off as well as Ferris taken to Heaven, taking the fight to him. More nades will go forwards here. Shrimsy does knock Heaven as well, but Navi's completely gone. That is going to be now top 4 making it work. 3 for Made in Thailand, 2 for Falcons, 1 for DN Supers, and somehow, someway, Little Ghost, the little poltergeist himself, has been sat laying low for a little while. And maybe he can't throw any more plates at the wall because some of these nades and shots might take him out here. Ooh. We're trying. Stungrates is coming in, and he's trying to survive for as long as possible. Maybe a little bit of shots into that smoke, and he will actually get DN Supers out. But they maintain their hold on to this top position here. See Falcons come in. Kiss finds Deal. Now it's down to a top 3. 2 Falcons, 1 of 17, and it's 3 Myth. They could close this tournament right now. They could break Virtus Pro's record from last circuit finals right now in this game.
Gunnar looking on with bated breath, hoping that Falcons can jump just a little bit higher in these leaderboards and shut down a Titan on the other side of this hill. To say Little Ghost is still alive, technically, here, but I really do feel it's on the duo of the Falcons to try and shut down Myth. As now Jacob just watching his team reposition themselves. Just a little bit of crawling around means that maybe they can find a spot to be able to play with. Still a few Panzerfausts in hand here for these teams.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to bait Jacob to get out of here. Pushes out, gets in. That's an underhand nade. He's just gonna have an easy peek here. Really good peek for Jacob. Panzerfaust.
Oh no.
Jump up, and it's a two potential. Oh, actually hits him, but still damage done. Jacob goes down, and Baron finds Shrimsy. It's Falcons out.
1v2.
14 kills for Myth, and now 17 is gonna have to make a move.
What a statement. What a statement from Made in Thailand. Little Ghost knows exactly what he's going up against, so you know what he's just going to go for. He's going to go through the fire and the flames to see if he can find Made in Thailand, who is setting the lobby ablaze with this one. 134 points, and as soon as they shut down Little Ghost, it might be just that little bit more here. Little Ghost sets up a foldable shield to try and make something work, but Baron sees him straight away. It's another win for Made.
With 2 OP bro.
Be quick on this next rotate. Figure out where they're going to play next.
It is not easy as well with the west shift followed by that south hard shift towards Quarry. Teams are going to start to be moving very, very quickly, and you're going to have a lot of traffic in the way. 7-2-1. They did very well yesterday, but blank today. Not been their day. Certainly not in the same fashion. And the nades pouring in from Furia. They're going to make their day a little bit worse. Another one over the top, and it will find the second knock. 7-2-1 now, playing as 2 players. Aliku could potentially crawl back in, and this is potentially resable, but there are too many teams around the area to feel that that's entirely safe. Andom is starting to crest that ridgeline. Ulf are just on the doorstep too.
We're waiting to strike on this. I mean, for Furia, it would be a good team to take down because they are incredibly close to them.
By Furia, EA, Ulf, TT और भाई इन्हीं को ही कुछ करना पड़ेगा. कभी कुछ हो सकता है, नहीं तो भाई मेरे साथ तो बोरिंग हो रहा है. 4T जीते जा रही है, बोरिंग कर दिया टूर्नामेंट. 4T मार के स्कोर बना रही है.
Holding their nerve, holding their ground as well, which some would say is more important. In a central location would be a great result for them. The north side of Quarry does indeed get occupied by 4 Thrives, with BTR on their west flank, TT Project up towards the north side as well.
और आगे बंदे फिर पिट के हो रहा कहाँ है?
Have a little bit of a buffer zone, but I feel like their south is potentially their weaker point, right? Teams who can wrap around, like BTR are currently looking to do, and maybe S2G, that could be the 4 Thrives.
Nade और कैसे नहीं फटे यार ये सोचा
now gets the player in the vehicle. The nade just a bit too far.
किस्मत कहते हैं इसे
Won't
किस्मत.
quite pop him out the bag, but he is bleeding out fairly quickly. Realizes he needs to get him out. Crawl back round. Ooh, right in the nick of time. We're not before.
भाई अगर T40 को kill मिलता ना मेरा
coming
जनता
through.
भाई.
As Jiggle will get knocked next by Furia at distance.
No fear now, the last to stand for Horror, and their performance in the group stages has just not been echoed here in the finals. That's the way this cookie crumbles. Circle goes, and it's up towards the northwest side here, Blank. So, Get a little bit more of those open
Ye wala
fields. The
circle hai.
swamp on the north edge. And E-Arena, again, in a pretty solid
Ye wala
spot for this
circle
one.
Yeah, E-Arena maybe looking for another good game. Coming off the back of the last one there. For Aurora, Ulf needs to get a move on. For Ulf, I was a bit disappointed there because realistically, as that shift comes through, you know there's a lot of field in play. You know there's not many compounds to work with. Realistically, you need to be in vehicles as the circle descends, right? And I think for Ulf, they were too preoccupied with trying to take shots at teams around them. So now Ulf do need to get a move on, and I think that this is where they struggle the most. When a circle moves away from them, right now on the map, you can't see it, but they are delaying. They take a long time to make any decisions.
We have seen them make some mad dashes successfully previously, so hopefully this will be another repeat of that, but there's so many teams around them. We're on board with Boom, who sit on their northern flank, looking to make a similar approach. They're kind of locked in, though, is the difficulty for Ulf, right? That south side over towards Quarry. I mean, where do you go if you're trying to go that way? I just don't see it happening. So for Ulf, they need to clear pretty much straight forwards or straight to the side in towards Boom. It's really limited in terms of their options.
Fourth Thrives, they do have Huzaifa on their northern edge. They can regroup on. Definitely a playable position. I think they would have rather held on to the north side of Quarry, though, because that's a very nice setup where you've got Huzaifa as the initial stop checkpoint for teams, but then you've also got these high ground position providing him cover fire. I wonder how long the rest of Fourth Thrives going to be playing around this spot. Goat's going to wrap round on the southwest side, and Solus will be knocked on a vehicle explosion. That's coming through from Furia as he attempts to make a mad dash in towards their location.
Aurora do take shots over towards Furia, though, so the attention will be split somewhat. Potential to get Solus back up if Ulf can sneak through the gaps here. Aurora have got the high ground over both of these two teams. And Ulf may look to backfill, actually. Once more Aurora's position, potentially be an option there. S2G, they've been wrapping around the south side, but so are Goat team now, trying to wrap in behind them.
Down by Himas.
I feel like this should be a solid position to hold for it, but Solkay's gone down. And
Lost down.
Is out to show S2G just how to handle this.
Kamikaze down, last one standing.
Now it's just empty on the off angle. And Goat team able
very
to
nice
push
play from Goat.
S2G aside.
Really clean plays there coming through from Force. Keeping Goat in. Fourth Thrives were potentially looking to ride over towards that location, but end up stopping short. The Flash finding shots over towards Boom. They try and make their way off from Radio Tower. Really tough spot to be.
Oh my goodness. Same circle last
Fourth
match.
Thrives have played fantastically well, but I think we have to admit at this point in time, there's been a lot of circles given to them.
Oh, this one least, no less than the others there. Aurora, potential threat though to their high ground position on the south flank. IQ will be first to face that one. We'll see if they can divert it. They've also got Ulf, who did go for that full wrap. It could potentially look to try and embalm them on the angle. But there's a big opener on Tziol. He will fall and get flushed by Huzaifa on the forefront. Ulf, though, yet to step fully into it as Boom take nades from Flash on the screen.
Next one's pretty close. Will deal a little bit of damage. Yumi's able to just about crawl away. Octa desperately moving back, but this is out in the zone. Flash is looking to finish them off right now. Aurora completely disengaged, leaving now just Ulf to deal with Fourth Thrives as they make their move out. Eren will find Huzaifa though. That's an initial pick-off. That is their anchor position as well, which is a little bit scary.
Flushed out too. They're going to leave that high ground blank. Fourth Thrives are dashing to the compound that E-Arena played in that last match. And it looks like they're going to try and consolidate on that angle, allow Ulf that high ground that they have just vacated. All things considered, probably a good spot for them. But the loss of Huzaifa is a heavy blow.
The Flash just desperately trying to clear out this spot as quickly as possible. Sanju will go down to GameStar from that eastern side. But TT Project looking to secure their position up towards the top side of the tables once again. And that is an insane compound to do it from as well, by the way. A very, very strong spot. Hard to aggress upon from the fields on that south side, as well as the vision it gives you around that position too.
Oh, nice.
From Yummy, though, steps up and chows down. Zeus goes to his knees, and the red health bar is all too ominous. Yummy very, very low though. The pickup, the blue zone, it's all too much. CS may just be able to get away with this one. Out of the zone, you need the res, and Gaming Stars will be right on the doorstep to take that knock if you give it to him.
Damn.
We get ourselves a bit of a bird's eye on this location. You can see for Ulf, it doesn't look pretty. They have this full surround on this one, but where do they play into? Fourth Rise can happily play this spot for quite a while. Aurora looks to peek their nose back in alongside with Fury on that eastern side. But TT Project, with this compound being so central, it is such a good spot to play. Go will find a shot over towards Ketch. Remember, they're playing a 3-man split at the moment, so unlikely that Scarface picks Ketch back up again.
Nice little pick up there for Gaming Stars over towards Team Flash. On the first knock, the second is there as well from Rolex. Zias will fall down. I don't see Flash getting into this one any deeper. Swash scraping up there with the blue zone, looking for those flashes. Gaming Stars adding to their tally. 4 eliminations now on the north side. They're going to have to push a little bit further south with the circle crunching them in. Win solo now, surviving. Maybe not for much longer, under the pressure from E-Arena, who have been hiding in this location for quite a while, Blank, despite being in a great spot earlier on.
Yeah, we're just delaying things out again with the way that the circle has gone north, south, and then hard south again. I think for E-Arena, it's been a bit of a tough decision to make on whether they want to play as
I think TT was on cut jayega. Yes, I know it.
To do to hold out on this northern side, try and clear out as much as possible. For the TT Project, how do they lose this game? It will have to be a massive fumble from them.
And I'm eating nades.
Okay, Geek versus Pandem.
EK, there's a lot of damage coming through. I think TT Project might have angles on it as well. This south edge, it's just going to brutalize Pandem down on the roadside. He's rolling around, but Leon's just not able to get anything done. Steps forward, immediately peppered with more and more bullets. But they're going full on in, and it's just not going to work out. Leon goes down, gets flushed almost immediately, and Geek will hold on this eastern side. They will have to go further west, but they're more than happy to add these points to their tally. Why not?
TT Project also have angles over towards this one. Like I said, it just has the full surround sound system on the angles for every player inside of this lobby. Very difficult to deal with them on this. Scarface will find a shot. Somehow, Ulf has managed to get back up to 3. That is a tricky rollout for them. They have made it happen. Fourth Rives, importantly, will have to move. The circle completely cuts out that compound now. But for a lot of our teams, they are slowly getting up towards that 80-point mark now.
Furia trying to roll on in, will get rid of the last player from Team Flash at the cost of Ayala. I'm thinking, Blank, TT Project is one of the teams that can win this short. I feel like the only outside chance here is BTR on the western side. With the 4 players that they've got, they can be very flexible. They can use those roadsides to potentially cover themselves off from TT Project. Everybody else is playing TT's game. BTR are waiting for this opportunity to play their own.
Try and get the lineup. Fourth Rives, a little bit of a slow push out from this one.
Okay, और अभी वहीं जा रही है क्या?
You start to wonder, is the pressure getting to them, or are they just comfortable knowing that they are so far ahead that they don't need all that much to succeed as Aura?
Top.
But it's a missed spray. Finally, they find the player, but it looked messy.
Pop on a sliver of HP, will stay alive, pops the first aid
top
there.
on
the crate as well, will pick them back up. The southwest side looks good, but BTR might have angles.
That is Reefus, I know.
With the refrag onto Razak, and
that is Reefus, I know.
Should look for this revive as well. Axel moving down towards the south side to just bolster that position, go with the assist. Meanwhile on the north, the arena potentially getting flexed out on by Gaming Stars. As Fourth Rives make their push.
Okay.
This is their chance to take down Ulf. They're at the open field, and IQ goes down first.
IQ down.
Will catch him.
But I think I'm बहुत late यार, बहुत ज़्यादा gap है.
And T24, a 2-point needed to punch all the way through. Going the distance may just be too much for them. But they can certainly put more points on the board if they get this done.
Ketch spotted, the nade goes long, it's off towards the side, he's spotted. Fourth Rives falling here for Ulf. They spot them in the elimination feed, and they will force this engagement. They know they have to do it to stay in contention, but in comes Aurora from that northwest edge, and suddenly Ulf's in a tricky position.
They may have slowed Fourth Rives, but Aurora look to mount the summit here. Seven's been looking for their ascension for a long, long time, but with 3 players in their position, I mean, it's possible this game. It's
वो
still
इतनी
going to be
गंदी
different.
क्या आ रहा है वहाँ?
A summit here. Seven's been looking for their ascension for a long, long time. But with 3 players in their position, I mean, it's possible this game. It's still going to be difficult with the circle.
T24 steps up, long nade
Oh.
over towards Aaron's side.
T24 का nade.
Passes.
Oh, Aaron 1
Aaron
HP.
lives
ये
on the
nade down.
tiniest portion
ये
of
nade down.
HP. Second nade might just do the trick
Oh.
here, but goes short on this one. They have an idea where these lobs are coming from now as he moves up through the field. Ulf should know the 4 Thrives isn't done yet, but they're worried about Aurora on their northwest side.
Well, they should be. T24 crawling forwards. I liked it. I don't imagine there's too many more nades that that Ulf either have or want to use in this location. They're really trapped. They can't afford to be dropping too much. BTR, they've been trying to play on this edge though for a while, and Aurora are going to have their attention diverted. Fury also managed to get up to the roadside a lot earlier on. They've denied themselves a lot of vision, but they've allowed themselves to survive. The same cannot be said for 4 Thrives though, as they go down. No smash yet again. We're going to match 10.
Ulf dashing outside of the circle here. They know that they need supplies. They need pickups.
सूर्या उल्फ ये को टीटी को मारना ही पड़ेगा.
They may even take a little bit of damage from the blue
at
here.
least
just
जल्दी
to
से जल्दी
secure
पहुंचना
that.
पड़ेगा.
Arena also suffering over towards the western edge. This is 2 BTR, but luckily Schweppes has a position to play here. But it's all down to Mormon with the AUG and Joker on this off angle.
4 kills. Okay, nice nade. Refirst.
Scarface. The points pressure. Scarface with a knock.
भाई BTR 3 dog down. Wolf ने तो भाई उधर उल्ट कर दी है. Oh, Mormon के गाफ में nade.
BTR are going to handle the arena in the meantime. They're happy to divide and conquer as Ulf careen their way.
भाई क्या चल रहा? क्या हो रहा है इधर?
Hasn't popped up on the Elam feed just yet, Blank.
भाई कितने smoke हैं भाई? कितने smoke हैं?
As catch is now fully wrapped
Green
around
नहीं आ
them.
रही.
There they go.
Okay, Aurora down. Ulf ने Aurora को peel दिया.
Point added to his tally.
एक बंदा नॉक नहीं हुआ है. कितने smoke रखे? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12.
This is a great sweep from Ulf at the moment. 2 teams ahead of them.
भाई नीड कितने आ रहे हैं? नीड एक्सचेंज देखो. Finally down.
Both teams go low. This could be a lot of points for Ulf right now. They're on 8 eliminations, but they need to start sweeping these.
भैया BTR down, BTR down. भैया आपस में लड़ गए तो.
Still a chance. Federalis could get his teammates back up and in, but Ulf are moving. Ulf are stepping forwards. Ketch and Scarface are not going to make this easy.
Rezi last man standing. Rezi फटा. Rezi down.
BTR entirely.
नहीं. फिर कौन बचा है?
Bleeding out in the meantime. Federalis only one chance now and can't line up the arena. Who have put
Oh, ये better Alice है. Not BTR.
Challenge.
Aliens.
Instantaneously, they're going to go for a repeat on this one. TT Project, they wrapped out of their compound, looking over towards this side. They know that they can sweep. They know they can clear. They desperately need to do it right now because Ulf is gaining momentum on this game.
Arena penned in with that TT Project flex out coming through. A 2-2 split now as they've moved Zerich and Effect into position here. Arena are going to really struggle to get over this next ridgeline Blank with Ulf on their bead with this duo from TT Project. The nades, do they connect? Doesn't look like they're going long enough, but that one looks
nice nade.
Foreman super low, Joker low as well, dropping another one towards the back lines. Foreman falls first. Effect has to spray down, and Arena are getting shut out by this beautiful flex out from TT Project.
Really good stuff from TT Project. You've got to understand that this compound is good, but you have to make a play at some point, and they absolutely will. Arena now 71 points here, 23 behind the marker. But I like this from Ulf. They opt not to get involved on that fight on the northern side. They know that there could be a wrap coming through from the south at some point. The nades start to head over, and it looks like Ulf has a general idea of where Geek is currently playing.
I did not think that Furia would still be alive at this juncture, Blank, but on their roadside,
guys, I am sorry.
pretty
I have
powerful.
to go.
TT Project, though, they just need to move south on their compound, start putting nades in. That is where Furia are going to start to crumble. You can see they've already looked to move up here. Furia not moving and trying to take the compound, potentially, during that flex out from TT Project. Could have been a misplay, but you're worried about teams on the south.
You can't be sure either, right? You can't be sure whether TT Project went out on foot or not, because if they heard the vehicles, potentially then Furia makes a play off the back of it. Also, if they crest this ridge side, there's angles from the south side of the map that become a problem. For Furia, they've been holding on to a lot of nades at this point in time for this exact scenario. Eren will find a shot over towards Neos in the back line somehow, some way.
All the way up and in the back. Ulf now on the western flank. An Effect has been knocked as well. TT Project, It looked all but sewn up for them, but they're starting to lose players. Ephius, though, not out just yet, and nades from up on high are going to make Furia's life a living hell, as Ephius wants that flush. Looks like he's going to claim it. No, not quite, not this time around, but there's still more in the pocket. This last nade, oh, this could be big. It's right on top of them, but it just cooked too long. It doesn't go the distance. That is so unfortunate.
नहीं भाई कोई नहीं जीत रहा
It's not
है
last
कोटी
left
जीत गई
alive here.
डन डन
Circle
डन
moved
गाइस
them out. TT Project played
Okay,
very
guys.
well up until this point, but Furia stayed
ये मैच
patient.
कंप्लीट कर लेते हैं
Ulf, you can see off the distance, it looks like they just don't have the stims either. They've been waiting a long, long while for Geeke to have to push out from this building. They know that these are secured eliminations. That's what they're going to go for. They've got Ketch looking over towards Furia this entire time. Next circle will now push them out. Furia still has 9 grenades, 7 on the side of Ulf, but only 1 smoke.
Ulf have been putting so much pressure onto this circle. It's been a real blinder of the game from them. The west side is definitely a viable win position as well. EK are hunkered down in a shack on the south side, and then look at a flex out now. They've moved Easy for Bad Boy out into the open, but it is open field. Only those hay bales to try and keep them safe. And Ulf, much better terrain cover.
This is such a hard control for Ulf as well. They are pulled taut like an elastic band between both engagements. Ketch is doing an incredible job. We haven't seen too much of it right now, but he keeps stepping up and peeking over the roadside, taking shots over towards Fury, consistently keeping them low, forcing them to use meds off the back of this one. It's a long nade, but not quite long enough. But a shot from Ephius will take the shot over towards him. Now looking to try and confirm, but he's enveloped by the blue.
He's going to deny this point. I mean, he steps back. He's trying to play for those positions in EWC. There's no way that he doesn't deny it. He will fall down. Nice to be able to find that opener over towards Geeke. Couldn't quite get the flush for an extra point, but okay, Ketch. He's challenging.
Ketch has a difficult position to play here. Ulf's made a very big amount of noise as well, so Geeke would love to stab them in the back if they can. You can see here, they're desperate for those death crates, looking for anything. Aaron's gonna have to make the jump on this one. It's a long nade. It's going not quite near enough. Clearing out the wrong hay bales at the moment.
I mean, Geeke, it's only a matter of time before this team goes down, and neither Furia nor Ulf want to see them go out themselves go out in third. Don't see them peeking too far over. Potentially find Scarface though.
Oh, you need this nade will do. This nade will do. This nade will do.
15 eliminations, John, at this stage of the game. For Ulf, this could be a massive match. The nades start to pour over the top right now. 4 nades down here for them. Scarface steps up. Great player at long range. Now looks to sling a nade over to
Scarface
try and save this position.
Scarface.
Saw a lot of bodies there. Scarface launches a nade to try and follow them up. 2 nades in hand for Ulf. 3 nades in hand for Furia. Not a lot of smokes, but there's always those launchers that could potentially be in the back pocket to obscure those numbers. Cover may be still there. Vehicles on fire, but still will move. And Ayala will hop into the hot seat. To navigate it around, moving forwards. There's a crate. This is a beautiful resupply. Look at his armor. Blank, that's a really big pickup if he can get towards it.
Ketch sends a nade over towards Eagle.
Oh, nice nade of Ketch again for the save.
Ulf looking for a ginormous game to even the
Silence also down.
4 thrives.
And a potential here, a 2 versus 3 now. Furia, Ayala and Chief now, the last 2 to stand.
Scarface down.
Scarface, they even the numbers once more. Brazil and Turkey. They've been at war for a while, Blank, over PUBG Mobile over the years. But here we see pitch battle, and it's all up to the man of the hour for Turkey. For Ulf, it's Aaron in a 1v2. Chief in the back line is low. Ayala stepping up to the crate, wants the resupply, and Brazil comes them away from the chicken dinner.
And despite everything, Ulf's not able to finish on that one. Furia, though, will get themselves a 10-pointer. But more importantly, 2 teams that were very close to that boundary.
Down the player.
Yep, and now he's got to drive around, try to find a spot
VP,
they can't see as the circle shifts down, you know, away from that river. It's going to be.
VP के लिए भी मर गया. चलो guys, मैं जा रहा हूँ. I'm not feeling good now. I have to go. See you tonight. This stream tonight.